I'm always excited coming to India. I've got, it's like my family here. Salman Khan, obviously I know very well. Shahryar as well, the two most famous in South Africa. I don't want to be known as the girl that kind of took her clothes off, you know what I mean? It's very sexy, of course, and miraculously we've pulled it off. I absolutely have my father's eyes. I was very close to him, so it's always a good compliment. Yeah. Hi, this is Candice Boucher, and you're watching Bollywood on Broadband.com.
Well, we have with us supermodel Candice Boucher from South Africa, who's making her acting debut in Bollywood with Aazaan. And she is on a tee with Bollywood Hungama right now. Pleasure having you on Bollywood Hungama, first of all.
Thank you very much.
I was reading your tweets and you were very excited about coming to India. You were shooting in Paris for some modeling assignment of yours?
Yes, I was. I was there for 2 days. I'm always excited coming to India. I've got, it's like my family here, Rupa and Prashant, and I always have a good experience here. It's one of my favorite places to come.
Aazaan is the film debut of Candice, but before this she was seen in a music video for Himesh Reshammiya, Sayoni, where Prashant Chadda had directed her. You've had your moorings in India before as well, so how was the experience of shooting with Himesh Reshammiya? He's a big star in Mumbai. In India, in fact.
Yes, I mean, it was, like 6 years ago that I shot with him. It was over 2-3 days, so it was quick. Very easy, very simple to shoot with. Just Prashant that made it very easy for me. It was one of my first music videos that I'd ever done.
Now talking about Aazaan, you're playing Afreen in the film. The music video is already out. It's creating a lot of waves. Salim Sulaiman are the music directors. The music is pretty good. So how was the experience of, first of all, shooting for Afreen?
I met Salim in his studio a good few months ago, and we all sat together, and he was, we were just all sitting around having coffees and stuff, and he was just playing on his keyboard, and it just kind of progressed from there, and kind of hearing it from there to seeing the final product and the video bits and everything put together, and again just him on the piano, sure. Just playing and singing his heart out. I mean, you can just see his passion, for the song and for the whole project. It's just been a really, incredible experience for me.
Candice is playing a sand artist, and she's also in the intelligence that helps Sachiin Joshi, the hero of Aazaan. So what exactly is a sand artist, first of all?
Basically, she tells the story in sand. She's very good at throwing sand. She's got a very close connection with the sand, dear and special to her. And then she basically tells stories. She does pictures, and it changes very quickly, and it's just very quick, fluent motions, and it's just, I've got new respect for sand artists. I really didn't know what that was before the movie, and I saw the movies on YouTube that Prashant had sent me, and seeing it in person, it's just in front of you, it's just amazing.
In totality, how was the experience of shooting for Aazaan? Because I believe you also shot quite a bit of a chunk of the film in South Africa as well?
No, actually I shot most of my part in Morocco, a small part of it in Germany. And South Africa I was basically just on set watching the guys. They were shooting out in Hungama. Obviously it's my, I've been living there for so many years, and I wasn't going to miss that. Seeing them up there in the mountains, beautiful location where they ended up shooting.
You're part of a couple of dance numbers, and you really dance extremely well. That's what I've heard, in fact.
Okay. Well, thank you to whoever said that. Dancing is definitely not my forte. I tried my best. We pitched up in Morocco, and Prashant kind of threw it down upon me that I was going to be dancing in the movie, which is very much news to me. And I think we did what we could with my capabilities at that stage.
But song and dance is a very intrinsic part of Bollywood.
Yes, understood.
You see Hindi films
Yes.
quite regularly?
Yes.
Which are the films that you have liked over the years?
Yeah, also I don't know the names of it because it's, like I said, I watch it on Sunday afternoons in South Africa, and I watch bits and pieces of it. But Salman Khan, obviously I know very well. I see most of the movies that he's been in. Salman Khan, he's obviously very big in South Africa.
Right.
Aishwarya Rai as well, the two most famous. With regards to the dancing, we kind of choreographed it. I know there's one or two scenes of me on the beach, kind of like throwing myself around there, which is more suggestive than anything else. The dancing thing, because we're kind of trying to move away from the typical Bollywood thing. It's supposed to be more of an international, like a fast-paced thriller drama with a bit of a romance into it. So dancing was never going to be a huge part of the film, as it is in usual Bollywood movies.
You're an international celebrity. You've been on Playboy, and I believe you don't want to be featured on Playboy again. I read in one of your interviews, but the world knows you. Don't you think that maybe you should have made your debut maybe in a Hollywood film or something, because the avenues must have been there for you?
The thing with the Hollywood movies these days, I just find it's very, especially after the whole Playboy thing, I did it for the reasons that I did it, and at the time that I did it. I decided not to have it put out in South Africa, whereas, it's my family and everything is kind of out there. So, kind of the roles that I was getting, it was more provocative, more sexy, kind of not where I wanted to end up going, whereas this kind of came along and it was more like a personality and more of a, the feel and emotion of a person, which attracted me in the first place. I don't want to be known as the girl that kind of took her clothes off, you know what I mean? It's just kind of move away from it. I did it at that time for the reasons.
So do you regret it, doing it now?
No, not at all, because I think the pictures came out beautiful. It was an experience of a lifetime. With all the animals and the crew and the people that I was with, and like I said, we raised a lot of money for charity on that shoot. It's just something that I've done, and I want to move on from it now.
What we've come to know is that you have this, I think, sexy image, which I think one can't take away from, because you were doing.
Yes.
Okay, but apparently in Aazaan, there's no sensuousness happening at all. It's more on the performance that you're focusing upon. Am I right?
Yes, that's kind of what attracted me to the part. The character that Prashant wrote for me, it was more of an emotional journey, and Aazaan comes to her, for an emotional support, and it's not about the body and like the whole sexy kind of thing. It's trying to connect with her as a person and going through this whole journey with her and Aazaan. You're the good brother. I've always known your story.
But the sexy part, I think you've been capitalizing on quite well, because if you search for Candice Boucher on Google, one of the things which is a very regular is your Cannes experience, the see-through dress that you wore in Cannes. I think a wonderful way to promote a film as well. Because of you and your dress, apparently you just overshadowed Malika Sherawat and a whole lot of Hollywood celebrities over there as well, just because of
from the dress.
I think it's working for the movie in a different manner.
In a different manner, because I think people expect to see me like that, and obviously kind of use it where I can, and where it's not needed, don't use it. The dress. It was a South African designer, Gavin Raja. Obviously wanted to wear a South African designer for that event. I'd seen the dress on a friend of mine that he'd made it for in South Africa, and I just thought it was beautiful. Very sexy, of course. And miraculously we pulled it off.
But it got written about like anything.
I suppose it got the publicity that we wanted for the movie, and it did serve its purpose. I mean, it was like this: we were just about to change the dress at the last second, and we kind of just went for it, and it's been good responses.
Do you know Malika Sherawat? Have you heard her name?
I've heard her name. Rupa has mentioned her name a few times before. She's known for her outfits, if I'm not mistaken. First of all.
Prashant Chadda, you've worked with him earlier as well. There were reports in Mumbai tabloids and all that you guys shared more than friendship. So link-ups and all, do you find it's part of the territory, or is that for publicity as well?
You know, people find it hard to believe that I kind of just accepted the role on Prashant asking me. For so many years, we're very close. We do have chemistry and all of that, but it's purely friendship. I think that's the reason we work so well together, is because we click and we understand, but it's never ever going to be more than that. It never was. And it's strange that it was taken out of context like that.
There was a report in a Mumbai newspaper recently as well that apparently your boyfriend is getting a bit insecure because of your closeness to Sachiin Joshi. These are reports that came up. I'm just asking for clarification. Do you think it's more of a publicity stunt in any way, or
possibly more of a publicity stunt? I had no idea of this article. This is the first time I've heard of this. My boyfriend and I are very secure with each other, and Sachiin and I are just friends. We obviously got close working together for the times that we did and for the things that we shot together, and again, it's just chemistry. It's just friends hanging out. Never insecurities.
Tell us something about your family, your parents, and how are your growing up years like?
Well, I come from a divorced family. My brother and I are very close. Very close to both my parents. Growing up, we grew up in Natal, in Durban. Kind of grew up on the beach. Father used to always take us to the beach. That was always outdoors growing up. It was a very sheltered upbringing. My mother was very protective and, kind of modeled on us. And kind of my first traveling experience was when I was 18. So we often used to sit around watching movies, on Sundays and stuff like that. That was our kind of family time. Board games and barbecues and braais was a big thing in the family. Obviously, talked a lot, spoke a lot, very close. That's kind of why I like coming here, because I find people here in Indian families are very close-knit community and very open and caring, and I find them very similar in culture.
What is the sort of cuisine do you like? Do you like Indian food?
I do. I love the chickens and the
chicken tikkas and all.
Chicken tikkas and all of that. Durban, obviously, bunny chow is big there. I know the Indians love that as well. I'm a big fan of bunny chow.
Do you like traveling?
I do enjoy traveling. There's times where I'm just kind of tired of it all, just kind of living out of suitcases. It's like one place after another, after another, after another. There's time differences and all that stuff. And also with the job that you do, it gets kind of lonely after a bit. It's like you're sitting in a hotel night after night by yourself. You can't really, it's all work-based. I think whereas with this movie, it was great because we kind of traveled and we were in one place for more than a few days, and it was just a group of people. It was always fun. There was always laughter. It was great.
We recently interviewed one of the actresses, and she said that any woman will never tire of getting compliments for her beauty. So what is the best compliment that you've got for your looks and your eyes and all? Very different sort of eyes you have, in fact.
Oh, okay. I do enjoy the compliments about my eyes because I absolutely have my father's eyes. So it just it brings me back to that, and it's I was very close to him, so it's always a good compliment. Yeah.
He's
passed.
Finally, have you got more offers in Bollywood?
No, definitely no offers. We're just focusing on the promotion of Aazaan at the moment, and the video releases and everything. Wow.
fantastic. That was Candice Boucher, and as we are talking to her right now, it is raining. We are just next to Juhu Beach, and it's I think a fantastic ambience. But I think it's time to wrap up. But she's spoken about her film. She's spoken about her childhood days in South Africa. She's spoken about her parents. She's spoken about the entire experience of modeling for various magazines and how the Playboy thing happened. She says she won't be appearing for a Playboy in future. She did it for a cause, and she's happy that cause got recognized. And what are her future plans? Thank you very much for being on Bollywood Hungama. Lovely to have you. I think fantastic weather, beautiful weather, just like Candice Boucher. Thank you very much.
Thank
all
you.
the best wishes.
Thank you.
That's all we have from Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching.